Tonight I'm going to talk about an album. The album It's My Life, this one. I think that I should have talked about it since a long time. Why? Because this album is the reason why I loved so much Tok Tok from the beginning. Even though I was knowing their first album, The Party's Over, but it's only after this one that I started buying their music, so I would say it's the album which started everything, and it's also the album who made me paint again and probably made me do all these videos. It's possible that without this album I wouldn't have made all these videos, but it's not only that. Actually, this album is more than that for me. I think that I've been waiting for doing this video because it was kind of, it's too much. It's too huge. It was difficult for me to talk about it because I literally have a love affair with this album for many reasons. I've been listening to this album in a period where I was alone. Just before meeting my husband, and it was comforting me at that period. I was alone, I had a son, but I mean I was alone, I was not in a couple, I was not with a man. And when my son was with his father, I was going to the palace to have fun with friends. I was going to the palace, I would say, almost once a week. It was very fun. That was fun. Very frivolous, nothing very interesting there. But it's because of the palace that I met my ex-husband, so somehow it was useful. And it's funny because we could hear Tok Tok at the palace in the nightclub, but not as much as Depeche Mode or Simple Minds or, I don't know, Tears for Fears or even Earth, Wind and Fire. I remember there were so many musics. But I remember that then I was going to the palace, and when I was leaving, most of the time alone, I had my Walkman and I was listening to Tok Tok after the nightclub. I didn't have enough music in my ears then, I had to have more. No, I had to have this specific album because it was comforting me. It was like after the fun, after the craziness, after the... you can't imagine. It was crazy. But once I was alone, I needed that. So actually I didn't have the CD yet. I only had this cassette. We call that a cassette in French. It was the It's My Life album, and I was putting that in my Walkman. Actually I found photos of me then. So, I don't know if you will manage to see. This is me. Yes, I was in a newspaper, and we can't see well in the photo, but I had my Walkman around my neck. I couldn't leave the house without my Walkman and without Tok Tok. Don't ask me why I was in the newspaper. I didn't commit a crime or anything, but I was in the music, and it was related to the music then. I didn't release any album at that period, but I was almost there. I mean, I was about to release an album and something happened, and it never happened. But that was not really the records company fault. I have no reason to have any anger against the record company, even if I don't really like them. But it was not their fault, it was something else, and I'm sorry, I prefer not to talk about it. It was so stupid. Anyway, it was not my fault either, but anyway. It's a picture of me in the palace. That was January 1986. and I actually met my husband that month, so it was probably just before. So for me, Tok Tok, it's the palace, even though I was listening to it outside of the palace. But for me, it's that period. I was alone. I was about to meet my ex-husband, and I was not very joyful every day. And it's strange that I'm basically almost, not exactly, because now I have 2 sons and I've been married twice. So it's not exactly the same situation, but I'm still alone and I'm still listening to this music. And this album, it's like if you were asking me to talk about a love affair. For me, I'm wondering if I didn't love this album more than the men that I had in my life. No, I'm joking, of course it's not exactly the same thing. But you know, I love so much music and I love so much this album that sometimes I'm wondering, you know, when I don't feel good, I play this album and I feel better. That's probably why I started painting again, because I started listening to Tok Tok again and everything came back again. I think this album gives a lot of love. All the music written by Mark Hollis and even Tim Fries-Green gives some love, but I have an history with this album. That's probably why I love it so much. I'm not saying that it's the best of Tok Tok, because they did so great after that, even after that, and during that, and before that. Actually, they did great all the time, so it's difficult to say this one is the best. No, it's not the best. It's a very excellent album, but I have really a very deep connection and deep feelings for this album. It's like sometimes I love it so much that it's almost hurting so much. I love it. I could have said the same thing with maybe Laughing Stock. Laughing Stock, it's an album that I absolutely love. I'm in love with that album, but I don't have the history that I have with this one. I have an history, but not as deep as this one. You imagine this album, I was listening to it exactly 30 years ago. 30 years ago, 31 years ago, I was listening to that. Yeah, 1985. I was listening to that, and I was still listening to it in 1986. And I'm still listening to it, and we are 30 years later. I'm much older now. My taste could have changed. When it's about Tok Tok, my taste didn't change. I still love it, this music, as much. So I think the best thing is that we start with the music. I'm sorry that I can't make you listen to everything. It starts with Dum Dum Girl. Dum Dum Girl, Dum Dum Girl. So you must know that I knew the lyrics of Such a Shame and It's My Life. A Little of Tomorrow started, especially now because I've been listening to it so much because I'm painting about it. But the lyrics of the other songs, I knew them a little bits and bobs here and there, you know, not completely, because then we didn't have internet, so we couldn't know what the lyrics were. You see, there is almost nothing in this, so we didn't have the lyrics here. So it was rather difficult to know the lyrics. Then it's not like now you open your computer and you have all the lyrics you want. It's completely different. But you know, I want to learn all the lyrics of this album because I love this album so much that I want to know all the lyrics. But in the same time, as I'm painting about it, I want to keep a part of my own imagination and not to put too much of the lyrics in my paintings, because it's the music which inspires me and not especially the lyrics, except maybe for Such a Shame, because Such a Shame, it's a very particular song, and maybe it's my life. And actually tomorrow started too. Okay, I didn't say anything. Let's say that sometimes I imagine things on songs and I see images which are not automatically related to the lyrics, and I want to keep this part of imagination of my own because it's my creation. I don't want to make a representation of the lyrics. I want really to make a representation of the music, which is sometimes quite different. Sometimes it's the same, but sometimes it's different. So Dum Dum Girl, people were thinking that Mark Hollis was making fun of prostitutes. No, it's not that. It's actually a way to show, I don't know how to say it, it's something to dénoncer. I will put the word in English, I'm sorry. Sometimes I lack of vocabulary in English. It's a way to show a problem about the prostitute's life, but he was not making fun of the prostitutes. He said so in an interview, so I believe him. But anyway, you know what? He was not also saying that girls were dumb, stupid. No. Nothing like that. Girl, the Dum Dum Girl. You must also check the clip video Dum Dum Girl, fabulous, and listen to the music. I think that this song is an excellent song to start the album. I never had really an image about this song. Actually, yes, I was imagining something. It's funny, the fact that I say that I didn't have an image, the image came back. Actually, I had an image, but I really like the clip video. I think it fits really well with the song. It's perfect. I will write the link below to the clip video and to my video about the clip video, because I already talked about this specific song and about the clip video. The next one is my loved one, my love. It's a shame. I love the song and I love the clip. The clip video. I made several videos about that. I talk about that all the time, and I think that I will never be tired of talking about that. Maybe I don't know if I should change the feeling that we share. So that was on my answering machine in 1985, 1986. Actually, it's my ex-husband who removed it. I don't care. Maybe it's unkind. I loved that so much already then. Such a shame. And listen to the end. On the clip, it stopped just after the Such a Shame, but on the CD it continues like that. So the next song is absolutely fabulous. It's Renie. Wonderful song. Wonderful song. I absolutely love all the drums in Tok Tok. Percussions, drum. That is something which is very particular to Tok Tok and that I love. This song is really very sad. I was feeling it sad then when I was 30 years younger. The sensation, yeah, that's a change. I was already feeling it very sad, but I felt the connection with that. I never thought I'd end up fooling you. I can't explain that. All these people living up in my street, well, they say. It went directly to my heart, this music. Out of touch, she lives in fading dreams. That is for me. We can feel a sensitivity in the way it's composed and arranged. So most of the songs are composed by Mark Hollis alone. Not all of them. But this one, yes, it's him. You know, it's so beautiful that it's very difficult to talk about it because it's too beautiful. We must just listen. There is nothing to say about it. Baby, how the weeks fade. You hear that? So that's the bell. I was always seeing someone being buried, someone on a hill. Don't ask me why a hill. On a hill, people walking behind a coffin, That's what I see. It's not the theme of the lyrics. So I'm glad to be able to read the lyrics and to discover what he's talking about, but that's not what I see. What I see, it's the end of something. Oh my God. That is too beautiful. This song is absolutely a marvel. Obviously, he's talking about a girl who lives in her faded dreams. Somehow I feel kind of aimed by this song. I'm wondering if I'm not living in my faded dreams somehow by using the technology of today, but that's what I'm talking about. Interesting. Now, the marvel of this album, the most famous one. You see, this song is not, it's funny because the lyrics are not specifically fun and joyful. But the song is incredibly joyful. So we have basically Dum Dum Girl is a, I would say, rather joyful song. And then Such a Shame. The song is not joyful, but it's fun, it's funny, the clip video is funny, and for me it's joyful. Then we have Rennie, which is really sad. Then we have It's My Life, which is the most joyful song of the album. It's my life. I think it comes from the music, from the... Don't you forget. I don't know, there is something incredibly strong in this song. Imagine 30 years later, it's still a hit. It's so powerful, it's incredible. Caught in the crowd, it never ends. And then we have something which is more sad. It's Tomorrow Started, which for me is a little like, it's the same family as Rennie, except that it's not as sad as Rennie, but it's still sad. Listen to that. This song is absolutely, it's Rennie in even more powerful and more, it's grandiose. Grandiose is the word in French. It's huge, it's big, you know, it's, this song is huge. Don't look back until you try. That's why on my painting I wanted to paint something dramatic, something with the red curtain, something spectacular, because this song is huge, spectacular. According to me, it talks about the obsolescence of life, so it's not a joyful song. It's also something which ends. I've been true, but still I try. It's absolutely not in my key. It's incredible. It's very difficult for me to sing on it because or I must go up or I must go down. This guy, the lyrics he was writing, imagine, he was not much older than me then. So he was still a young man when he wrote these lyrics. Up, down, up, down. It's incredibly mature for his age. Now I'm able to understand these lyrics. Then I'm not sure that I would have understood. With time you'll endlessly arrive. Come you'll endlessly arrive. I don't know if you hear the quality of the lyrics. Not only the music is spectacular and grandiose, huge, but it's also the lyrics are absolutely fabulous. Outside of yours, there is something oriental in the Mark Hollis composition, not always. See my eyes, tell me I'm not lying. That's why I did the Three Kings, you know, the Magi's, because I was seeing a desert. Listen to that. I was seeing something oriental, and we can find that also in the last song, It's You, which is also fabulous. Just, I give you my feelings, you know, it's very personal, maybe you don't feel that at all. The last time, I just want to say this. Pain is quiet. Pain is quiet. I've laughed at silence. The lyrics are very interesting because there is kind of a contrast between pain is quiet, I've laughed at silence. So pain and laugh. Does Mark Hollis laughs when something is painful? Because the association of the words, that is very interesting. Okay, I'm not going to do the therapy of Mark Hollis, but sometimes I would like to understand. I like to understand people, especially when I admire them. When I was younger and I was listening to that, you hear the huh, I thought it was dogs barking. I don't think it's that, but you know, when I was young, I had a lot of imagination. It is very marked by the period, but I really like the song too. It's not my favorite one. But there is not one song which is bad. I was thinking my video is going to be very long. Maybe I should talk only about the song that I love the most. The problem is that I love them all, so I have to talk about them all. So this song is called In the Night Boy. You have this song on the A-side, B-side album, but only the piano. So that is the original version of the song. I'm wondering if he's talking about gigolo. You know, I don't really try to understand the lyrics. I don't care what people say. I'm much more carried by the music than the lyrics. Of course, the lyrics are interesting and some of them are really beautiful. Actually, most of them are beautiful. It fits perfectly with the music, but when I paint on the music, it's mostly the music which carries me more than the lyrics. Okay, let's continue. So it's Das Caroline Does Caroline know? Okay, let's do it. Percussions. You know, it's a very cool song, very calm, and I like again a lot the percussions in it. I was always wondering who was this Caroline he was talking about, because in the next song, It's You, he says in the lyrics, God only knows, God only knows, I've noticed you. But younger, I couldn't read the lyrics, so I was understanding Caroline knows. So I was wondering, who is this Caroline he's talking about in all the songs? I thought Caroline is everywhere. I thought maybe it's his wife, I don't know. That's funny. That's funny. It's funny when we don't understand the lyrics and we imagine something. Then It's You. The song is It's You. It's one of my favorite one on the album. I absolutely love this song. And I love the lyrics. Very oriental, according to me. Heart of stone. I don't know if you heard, but the lyrics are quite different, and it's not written on the lyrics on internet. He says something about the world watching you. I don't understand the beginning of the sentence, but there is a different sentence here, and I would really be curious to know what it is. If someone knows, please tell me. I'm sure that I'm not imagining, because at the beginning I thought that I was not understanding well, but actually I listened to it several times and I absolutely hear that. It's you. So this song, I love it so much that it hurts me when it's finished. It's unfair to put such a beautiful song at the end of the album, because we want to listen more. We want more. It's not something calming, it's something which makes us addicted to the album. I absolutely love this song. This song is fabulous. I don't know, it makes me in a kind of weird state. I want to create a lot of craft on this song. I don't know why. I see a lot of oriental things. It's something that I would like to play in my house all the time. I love the lyrics too. The lyrics are full of images which are a little close to what I see, but not completely. And it's very interesting to try to understand the lyrics. Don't ask me to tell you what he meant, because I'm not sure to understand completely, but I think that I get the feeling, but I'm not sure I can tell you with precision exactly what he meant. I think it's up to every person to understand what he meant. But it's this song, It's You, this last song, it's a piece of art, because everything fits together. Yes, I was saying that everything fits together by a very magnificent way. We are 30 years later, 31 years later more exactly, and this album is still, it's perfect. It's perfect. I know that you are going to say that I'm a big fan of Tok Tok, so of course I'm not objective. I don't know. It's a matter of quality. The quality is there, even then, you know, even with the synthesizer, even if it was not acoustic as it was later, the quality is absolutely amazing. I finished my video a few hours later. I had a problem with my camera, and I had to stop and to put back some lipstick and I'm a little tired. It's very late, but I think that if I made this video in the suffering, I would have preferred, of course, not to have a so complicated shooting, but it's always when it's difficult that the result is even better. I don't know, maybe it's my imagination again. It's very difficult for me to talk about this album because it's more a matter of feelings than simply information to give. I can't talk about it like I would comment about a book or a film, or it's something very personal and intimate for me, intimate just for myself. I mean, there is a lot of memories in it, but it's not only a matter of memory, it's really a matter of love. This album is about love. So, and I love it. I see you very soon, and thank you for watching me. Bye bye.